this is Chris the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mission Boxing Today on YouTube.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, so somebody sent me a message. They're letting me know that David Price and Christian Hammer will go down February 4th. People will know my opinion on it. I think it's a winnable fight for either fighter, to tell you the truth. Just when you break down both of the fighters stylistically, you look at a guy like Christian Hammer. He has 4 losses. 2 of those losses came from notable big men that we know of, Marius Wack and Tyson Fury. Both of those guys pretty much were fighting Christian Hammer from a distance, using their jabs. When they got close with Christian, they pretty much wrapped him up, walked him back a little bit. Wack was able to land a devastating right hand that knocked out Christian Hammer. That was a devastating knockout. And Tyson Fury was just using his jab, using his legs. He was going righty to lefty, just making it hard for Christian Hammer to get close and try to land punches. Hammer in those fights was pretty much putting up the high guard, trying to get as close as possible to let his punches go. He seemed very, tough in those fights and durable in those fights. His last 2 fights, he beat Erkan Tepper and he beat Michael Sprott. Vicious knockout. I thought for the heavyweight division, a candidate for knockout of the year, that Michael Sprott fight. So he's put together a few wins after his Tyson Fury loss that he had. I believe he lost to Fury in 2015. Before that loss, I think he stringed together about 10 wins before that Tyson Fury fight. So I don't look at him as just an opponent coming into this fight for Price. This can be a dangerous fight, man, especially if Price cannot control the distance with his jab. If he gets into a dogfight or he allows Hammer to get close and tries to exchange with him, I can see Hammer landing one of those overhand rights or overhand lefts that he likes to throw. He likes, and if he can push past Tyson, or not Tyson, but if he can push past David Price's jab and right hand, Price is going to be in trouble because he's going to get Price against the ropes. And the fights that Price has lost were fights where guys like Tony Thompson, although he hurt him, he hurt Thompson in those fights, but Tony Thompson, Erkan Tepper, they were able to push past his jab. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, Erkan Tepper, had drugs in him, but I'm just talking about stylistically. He was able to push past that jab and that right hand, and he put the pressure on Price. If you start getting his back against the ropes, you can get him in trouble. I think Price needs to add clinching and holding to his repertoire, man, when he gets close. Hey, man, just take a page out of Lennox Lewis and, Vladimir Klitschko book, man. Just wrap up, And then I'm not saying go looking to clinch, but if the guy, if you're keeping your jab and right hand on him and he gets close enough, why even have an inside fight when you're vulnerable on the inside? Just wrap up, wait for the ref to break you, and let the jab set the tone again. Get right back on the jab. Not just single jabs, double, triple up the jab to try to disguise that right hand, because Hammer, he likes to just put the high guard up. So he's going to see every punch coming. It's just about you placing shots around his glove or through his guard. Try to work the body a little bit. What concerns me about Price is, he is 6'8", with an 82-inch reach. He is a large man, as far as height goes and his arms. So you would think a guy that's 6'8" can carry the 200 and what did he come in his last fight against Perkovic? I think he was 280. The fight before that, he weighed 271 pounds. This is a guy that's been normally fighting between 245 to 250 pounds. I actually did a video on that topic when he came out and said that he wants to weigh more. When he was making his comeback, when he fought against Pedstar and Perkovic, so he's fighting 20 pounds heavier than what he used to fight at. So to me, I believe he's still getting accustomed to fighting heavy like this, being that he's never fought like this in his other fights. And you would think a guy adding on 20 pounds is going to slow you down. He wasn't the most fleet of foot heavyweight, when he weighed 245, 250 pounds. So it's all about, can Hammer close down the distance and get close, man, and try to make it into a dog fight. I looked at David Price's rankings by the WBC. He's rated number 14. rated number 13 by the WBA, rated number 10 by the IBF, and he's number 6 by the WBO. Christian Hammer is only rated by the IBF and the WBO. He's number 15 by the IBF, and he is number 12 by the WBO, and he holds the WBO European Championship. He won that vacant title or heavyweight title. He won that WBO European heavyweight title in that fight with Erkan Tepper. It was vacant. You know, Tepper did not look the same in that Christian Hammer fight. Nothing against Hammer, but that Erkan Tepper did not look like the same guy that I've seen fight Duhaupas and David Price. His jab was hurting Price. I mean, it was when Tepper fought Price, his jab was jolting his head back. The right hand was connecting and hurting him. And then obviously he got knocked out. But Tepper, he seemed very sluggish in that fight with Hammer. He even seemed sluggish in the fight with Rossi. Just doesn't look the same. Just doesn't seem to have the same motor. You know what I mean? His jab was hurting people. You know, now it doesn't seem to have the snap on it, man. But nothing against that. Has nothing to do with Christian Hammer. He went in there and took care of business. He just outworked Tepper. He just outworked him. He was able to take his best shots, and he was outworking him. To me, I thought he landed the more clean, effective punches. So he deserved that victory over Erkan Tepper, in my opinion. But this fight is what's scheduled for next month, February 4th. I think it's going to be a good fight, man. I really don't know who to pick in this fight. I know a lot of people probably go with Price. They think the big right hand, but what if that big right hand doesn't hurt Hammer and he gets past it and he makes it into a close quarter fight? I think he's going to get the best of David Price. Now, I've seen Price in his fights, man, when guys get close and he doesn't hold and clinch, he likes to give the guys that left shoulder, and he likes to kind of work out of his shell, you know, which isn't a bad thing. But when you're 6'8", it's just, I don't know, man. I'm just used to Emmanuel Stewart, the way he used to train his big guys to just hold. You know what I mean? I understand that some big guys are able to fight on the inside, like a Riddick Bowe back in the day. But I don't know, man. I just think Price should just hold on the inside, because that way he's going to give Hammer a lot of opportunities, man. You know, and Hammer's going to make some hard charges. He likes to fight in spurts a little bit. You know, he'll put up the high guard, and then he'll throw a 3-4 punch combination in one spurt, and then he'll rest again. He likes to fight in spurts. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a good fight. I really think it's a toss-up. I think it's really 50-50. Price was one of the names that were being mentioned to fight Joseph Parker. So I'm assuming Parker and his team now, just since Price is not, it was going to be Price, Jarrell Miller, or Hughie Fury. I'm thinking it's going to be Fury, but obviously now it's going to be between Fury and Miller. I think Fury's in the lead. He's the highest, you know, he's higher rated by the WBO than Jarrell Miller, so I think Fury should get the shot based on that. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section about this fight, man. David Price versus Christian Hammer. How do you think this one's going to end? I'm trying to see if I'm forgetting anything about this fight. I think I pretty much covered it. But if I was giving advice to Price, I would say, you know, take a little bit out of what Marius Wack was able to do and Tyson Fury. Although they controlled the distance and the range, they did it in a different manner, where Fury was kind of, we know how Fury fights, right to left. He's moving, he's popping the jab, he's pot-shotting, he's throwing quick combinations, getting in and out. Wack was pretty much kind of trying to manhandle Hammer, in my opinion, where he'll keep the jab on him. Then if Hammer got close, he would either push him or he'll just grab him. But he was using his size. He used his size. So that's what Price has to do, is just use his size. But I do think Hammer is going to land some shots, man. I think he's going to let some shots go. I'm not sure Price is as strong as Marius Wack physically. You know, I think Wack has a better chin than David Price, just from the eye test and me watching him fight, because Hammer did land some punches on Wack and he was able to take them. Fury wasn't really there to get hit like that. You know, Hammer couldn't land anything clean on him. But I think he's going to land some clean punches on Price. It's going to be a good fight, man. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm out.